Yo, hey guys. The other day we had another tournament. Khalim Open 2. I think there were around 12 participants, and yeah, ended up winning. Was a lot of fun, but there's always certain plays and certain lines that could have been improved upon, and that's what I'm here for. Just looking over my games and yeah, going over my thought process, and maybe you guys can take something from it. And if not, yeah, then probably not the right video for you. Anyway, yeah, this is also live on Twitch, so I'll probably be reacting to chat a bit here and there. Yeah, let's get going. And yo, hey lover, how are you? So first up, I brought 4 decks. Oh man, I keep on starting with that. That's so stupid. Yeah, everyone brought 4 decks, but yeah. Yeah, a slight change to my last lineup, where I brought the 3 beasts, or the exact same list. I switched my flyers list, couple of cards, more on that a bit later on. And then next up, the Wreck Combat. I switched it from the red, yellow, angry list, mainly because I really felt like playing Wreck Combat. And yeah, that's the main reason. Then the yellow flyers list, I had the Sky Captain in, but I wasn't entirely happy with the pace of the games that this flyers list would produce. I thought it was too slow of a game plan, and that's why I got rid of the Sky Captains, added some air elementals, added the Celestial Tower. Yeah, I think those are the biggest changes. And yeah, I think also a Twister, yeah, just made the games a bit more fast paced, a bit easier to like just not even high roll, just completely take over the game early. Yeah, that was mainly the reason. And yeah, I really enjoy just playing the green tree. I don't think it's an awesome deck, but it's just so much fun to play. And the beast is just a personal favorite that, yeah, I think I played well, and it keeps on performing for me. Yeah, anyway, then first round we're playing Sashumara, a great player, and he keeps on bringing his blue decks. He really likes his blue, and throughout this tournament I mainly banned the decks that people felt most comfortable with. So even though in theory there's not much point in banning like one of 2 blue lists, like I have no idea which is which. Probably one is the blue 7s, one is the blue jump version. I don't know which is which, so basically it doesn't really make sense banning one, because yeah, they just get to play the other deck. So in theory it does make sense, but I just felt like I want to ban the list that my opponent is most comfortable with. So here I just picked one of the 2. Then again, this green tree list, I think it beats the Beastmaster list, which he brought last couple of turns, and it beats red. And if he doesn't ban this, he only kind of has one deck to beat my green tree list. And yeah, also important to point out, this is a best of 3, not a best of 5. Yo, hey Saturn and hey Sash. How are you guys? So this is important to point out. Since it's only a best of 3, one deck can be ignored. So if some decks is like the dead deck that cannot win any matchup, you can simply ignore it. So the banning phase isn't as impactful compared to best of 5, which is a bit sad, but it is what it is. So here, I think what I in general do really well, I don't know why, but I just know what deck my opponent is gonna pick. I was very sure that Sashimara was gonna start with this green list. So Flyers is on paper great against green, and that's why I pick my yellow Flyers. And yellow would also be good against the blue list, suffers a bit against the red list. So if I get the Flyers, let's just think about some scenarios. Like if I get the Flyers matchup against either the red, the green and the blue, and I end up winning, Sashimara would have to counter me with the green, my god, the red list, and then I would have the counter with the green tree. Or if he starts blue, I beat him. He doesn't want to play the red list because it just loses the best of 3 because I get to counterpick it, and he goes. Then he plays game 2 with the green list. I also think I'm favored with the green tree over the Beastmaster list, which I assumed it was. It ended up not being that. So I felt really good if he doesn't pick the red list, and I was fairly certain he wouldn't. Yeah, that was my reasoning behind the yellow pick, and yeah, I was fairly certain he would pick green. Yeah, that's a reason. And I skipped it. And yeah, he ended up picking the green list, which if I win this game, I feel really, really good about the series. So kind of an important game 1. Like the game in best of 3, it's so important to win the first game and like predict what your opponent is gonna pick, because then you get countered in game 2, but then you get to counter on game 3. And this is most of the time how these best of 3 games are gonna go. Like assuming I lose now, I would pick my green list, and then let's say I win, then he picks the blue list, and yeah, I just lose. So game 1 is super important in a best of 3. You always wanna try and win this one. So I'm a bit bricked. Celestial Tower could have been, or in my old version would have been a Sky Captain, so yeah. In this situation I would have preferred a Sky Captain. So I'm playing the Barter just to see what deck he plays, just to gain information. He only has the Emperor's Command, and he could have, like, so what I heard from Lizard, I'm not sure about it, but I think, or he claimed this was his list, Lizard's list, and he didn't have any events, just to play around the border, and Sash might have just tagged the Emperor's Command to, yeah, be a bit better against burn lists. And yeah, this makes the list a lot worse against yellow lists, which ends up, yeah, helping me a lot getting that Emperor's Command. So here is, I mean, I'm obviously gonna play the Manta Rider. Do I play it right or left? Like usually the general game plan, you always want to have a double collector on the other side and then the rest of your creature you put on the left side. But I really didn't like the thought of having a Manta Rider, a 5-cost collector, which is my only creature, by the way, and a very potent one. I don't like to have Manta Rider as a collector. I think if I don't draw any creature and have my Manta Rider on the right side, I'm just gonna get ran over. I can't do anything. Or maybe like use the Celestial Tower to dash all the way over. But yeah, then might as well just go on the left side. And yeah, this is pretty brutal for Sash, because yeah, we have the perfect answer here. And yeah, we just Nightmare, get the command that we bartered earlier for the trade. Yeah, works out super nice for us. Here I was worried about the spider. That was like the only out, I think, for him. So Sash is saying he would never have thought that I'll Nightmare versus doubles Emperor's Command from Barters into my Tethra. Wait. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I assumed that was a tilting line for you. Like, it's game over from that point onwards. And yeah, that's what yellow really does. You get one good turn like that and you just take over the game. It's really hard to come back. And then we top deck the other barter, which is cool. Here I wasn't sure, yeah, do I Soul Drain or take the trade? Because we don't have another creature. We know he cannot remove a 2-health creature. I'm considering just to protect my Manta Rider because there's no other creature. But then on the other hand, if he plays double Emperor's Command... if he plays Emperor's Command, it's pretty much his entire turn. That means we can play the champion. And that's why I want to save the mana just to have champion next turn. Yeah, the entire point of playing no events is, yeah, to play around barter. And yeah, it's such a big difference. Like, if I don't get the... Like, Emperor's Command, I would have had 2 Emperor's Command and I would just lose the game because I have no cards to play. And yeah, this is just yellow things now. It's getting slowly but surely more and more out of control. There's not much more to be done. But yeah, thinking back, like now my thought about this yellow list, I'm not happy with it. I'm gonna have to change it again because I got a lot of bricks in this tournament. Yo, jeez. So yeah, Sash is getting a bit desperate. But yeah, what can you do? And now I'm trying just for the fancy plays. Just to, yeah, show off a bit. I don't know. Yeah, and now all of a sudden we have 2 creatures on board. One of them a 5/5. Yeah, there's nothing to be done anymore. And we win this first matchup. And this very important game 1. So that was very big for our game plan, as said earlier. So here is an interesting thought. If he picks the red list, which is better against flyers than the blue one, he wins. I get to counter with the green list. And it's very difficult. Like he'd have to win the green versus red matchup, which is just extremely difficult. Then you could argue, you have to make a decision. Do I want to beat yellow with blue, or do I want to beat green with red? That's kind of the decision that he has to make. But also, I mean, there's also a case to be made. Yeah, he picks the blue list, but then I'd lose and I'd pick red against blue, so it's a worse matchup. Like, you have kind of 2 weaker matchups twice in a row. So he picks the red list. Yeah, I think that's the correct choice. Jesus saying not playing the Flyers list makes him unable to compete. Man, this music is annoying me. Let's see. Alright, we get a good start. And it is Red Rush, which, yeah. This makes the Flyers matchup a lot worse. Flyers, they need a bit of time to like set up, and I break here, I go second. And he gets like the perfect start to have with the air elemental into axe grinder. This is very difficult to beat. So here's an interesting line. I play Nightmare on the axe grinder, Flash Wind to trade his 5/2. It's a full clear. The only problem with it is he's still on 2 Faria. So next turn 5 or 6 if he wants to use the wheel. So you can pretty much play any creature. In some cases, even two, like 2 brigands, axe run the brigand. And then, yeah, I'm completely lost. So this is not a winning play, going for the nightmare. If I draw, a Spirit Theft is 2 turns away. Bloatfly is 2 turns away. Yeah. At this point I know, yeah, this game is over. I can't do anything. I have to take 10. And at this point, I know the game is over. I'm thinking about, yeah, in my game plan at first, I wanted to counter the red list with my green tree list. But I don't think I'm confident if he's playing red rush. I'm not sure about it. Like, it's very easy to break with the green list. And yeah, then I just don't do anything. And even if I play turn 2 Oakfather as an 8/6, as a 6/8, that's 2 creatures or an air elemental and a flame burst, and I pay a lot for it. So I don't think I'd be able to beat the red rush consistently. So yeah, I'm going for Desperate Lines, but it's so like, he has so much Faria. I've got nothing. My only hope is he somehow does not have any removal, which he has. And yeah, this is over. So I'm taking my time here just to consider what is my next matchup gonna be. Do I pick the red list and play the mirror? Or do I go for the green list, which on paper is a better matchup? And yeah, we can skip forward. And I decide to go for the red list. I think red combat is really good against red rush. Or really good, I think it's just favored. So I'm thinking here he probably won't rush and just play a regular mirror without rushing. I think that's he shouldn't rush in this case. And if he does, it's very likely that we get a collector or a creature down before him, and then we have the initiative and get to dictate trades. You assumed it's 50-50. Yeah, I think the main difference is that I get to, or the combat version gets the creature down first. Usually gets a free collection, and I get to react to your creatures. And if it's very possible that I can clear your early game or your first drops, and then from then on control the game. And I'm very happy with my hand. We've got the Cypher's Wrath for the air elemental. We got the Ground Tracker, which is just very sturdy, difficult to beat. Helps with additional like damage. The Axe Runner is turn 1 collector. A lover. I think this is a very bad attitude to have. As you'll see in this tournament especially, I think I won a lot of games that were really unfavored for me. And I think you can pretty much win any game Here in tournaments it's a bit different because you're specifically getting countered. You don't play to win every game. I never wanted to win that last game. I wasn't planning on it because it was important to me that I won the first game. I didn't care about the second game because I would get to counter my opponent. But yeah, ultimately I didn't go for the counter. So I think you'd always, whenever you lose the game, I think there is a way to win the game. Different mulligans, maybe switch up the deck list a bit more, and so on and so forth. So, and if you have this type of mindset, for me at least, it's less frustrating because I know I'm in the wrong. And yeah, it's kind of my fault, meaning if it's my fault, I can improve on it. So this is important. Like a couple of small things I want to point out. It's very important. I didn't have to play the Explorer, but it's really important that I did because we get the collection and then step back, which gives us options or gives us reach onto a creature drop from him. And even at that point when I played it, I assume probably I won't need it because yeah, if it's Aerial Mantle, I've got the Cypher's Wrath, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't play anything, but it just gives me more options. So that's why collecting and stepping back is important. And so he went for, again, the awesome combo. And there are two ways to play this. Let's put it this way. I watched the stream with Moonfasa and Lizard. And Lizard and I, it's so funny. We have such different playstyles. I really enjoy playing with him. Just to argue about pretty much every turn of the game. And it's really funny to me. I usually like to sacrifice some collections just to have creatures on board while my opponent doesn't. That's basically my playstyle. And Lizard, and so for me it's pretty obvious. Yeah, just take the trade, Ground Shaker, Flame Burst for the full clear. Lizard hates to give up collections like that. He would never have given up the collection, and he would have, like, I think, just gone for the Cypher's Wrath and Ground Shaker, maybe? I'm not even sure. So it's really interesting. Problem here is now we're losing. We have to assume that we lose two collections. First, the one from last turn, and secondly, this one. Like, we have the Cypher's Wrath, but if it's another Axe Grinder, yeah, we're not gonna get the collection. And yeah, going for this line, we lose the collections, but I always have the initiative. I get to dictate trades, and that's what I like, how I like to play. And yeah, in this case, of course, you can Cypher's Wrath and collect, which is, yeah, wasn't kind of part of the plan. I'm not sure what I'm thinking here. Yeah, and this is really good now, and important that we also get to play another creature. So I'm gonna catch up on chat for a second. Yeah, Lever, but you can work on that. I think that's like the mindset wins you so many games. Just not giving up and and just bouncing back from a loss that may have been tough. I think that's not just inferior, so I think it's a great quality to have in life, just to not being faced by adversity. Yeah, and for Sash, like, my only concern is now, yeah, if he's taking over the other side, he's never gonna contest the ground shaker, so I have to make sure I don't lose the left side now. And I really have to keep the ground shaker here, just because of the axe grinder drop. I really want to protect from axe grinder, because axe grinder is so cheap, and a 5/4, it's awesome stats. Oh, you meant instead of full clear? Yeah, but does that mean... So yeah, the other line is just to collect... What was it? Yeah, just to collect Cypher's Wrath. But then... I mean, you could consider just dropping Cypher, right? What I don't like about it, that's why I didn't do it. My Cypher would take... Just... Okay. He would collect once. Gets 3 Faria, puts him on 6. He builds a 3rd land. Trades his axe grinder into my Cypher. No. Plays ground shaker. Trades my... trades my Cypher with the axe grinder. All of a sudden, yeah, I have a collector on the other side, and he has a 5/6 on board, and I cannot trade it because my guy is out of reach. And that's basically, yeah, it's for sure a line if he doesn't have ground shaker, we just win the game. But I just like to have the creature on board first. That's kind of my playstyle. And yeah, sometimes it hurts me. In other case, it wins me. Yeah. Like, for example, I think there would have been a line where we have 2 more Faria and we can play Cypher, and then there is no way for him to come back because we have control over both sides. But alas, I'm looking for the Flame Burst because I don't want to give him the proc. And we have enough Faria anyway. I think we drew the Baldurion. Yeah, a bit unfortunate. Like, it's not even unfortunate. Yeah, we've used Flame Burst already. Yo, Lizard. Yeah, the funny thing is, usually I rewatch the tournament stream. I mean, first of all, I play the games, then I watch the tournament stream, and then I, yeah, go over it again. So he draws. Yeah, that Cypher is a big problem. Just in general, he has a lot of Faria, like 8 Faria at least, and I don't have any removal, so this Brigand is 4 Faria worth. Yeah, thanks for asking, Saturn. That's a very good question. So, yeah, he doesn't really know what to do. I think he goes a bit crazy on that Cypher. Yeah, very bad that he couldn't kill the Cypher, because now my Cypher, yeah, isn't gonna grow, but usually against red, he's not gonna grow too crazy. I still don't... I could have drawn for the removal. See, my problem here is this plays into Bomb Slinger, which is a bit sad, but I didn't want to draw because I have a fairly high cost hand. And also something I wanted to deny the Axe Grinder. So yeah, he doesn't have the bomb sling. Oh yeah, also, yeah, the play, I mean, I could have just dashed here. But then, yeah, we don't deny the Axe Grinder, and also we give him the Bomb Slinger, an easy Bomb Slinger, so at least we would have forced him to build another land. So that's kind of the reasoning behind that. We just take this trade, which is awesome for us. We can consider going Baldurion, but I'd rather go more creatures. And that's why I go Boss and Grinder. Here is a consideration, what do I put where? Where do I need more damage, left or right? So I decide to have more damage, like the flexibility of more damage in center, and the more sturdy creature at the well. And he has a 4/6 boss, which again could be a big problem if we don't draw any removal, because then we have to trade twice into it. Also opening up to like some removal, giving him a lot of answers, and I'm really happy to top decking that Cyber's Wrath. Makes my game so much easier. Again here I want to keep my creatures as healthy as possible. Just to, like, the only way we're really gonna lose is by getting AoE'd and losing all our creatures. So I want to preserve my stats as much as possible. Here I'm worried about Garadan. There's some line where he's going +1 and just playing one creature. That just reeks of Garadan. Ideally I would love to not damage any of my creatures. Also consideration to just draw for the removal, but also I wanna play Baldurion, which gives me guaranteed a tool for removal for next turn, like a 5 damage like removal tool, and like we're gonna need it next turn because he has so much Faria. That's why I really want to play Baldurion this turn. Yeah, to have a lot of damage coming for next turn in case he like pops off with next turn. Yeah, it's this turn, he has to make a count, otherwise, yeah, the very last chance is gone. And that would be the series already. And yeah, certainly some key points in this matchup were like the predict on game 1, where we got the favorable matchup, so we could afford to lose game 2 to then get the counter pick on game 3. Also, something important is that we deviated from our initial game plan of countering red with green, because I didn't feel comfortable beating the rush list with my slow green and just adapting on the fly. Yeah, I think these were the key points. Now starting an offense slowly but surely. And again, I could have value traded, but I don't want to give him any AoE. So I lose my my ogre, keep a 5/5 as defense, and play another boss. Doesn't really matter anymore. But yeah, I think these were the key points of the series, for sure. Here's the slinger, just a bit late, and yeah. Next turn, we go aggressive. He plays boss, like he can never raise this. We're still on 20, he's on 13. And yeah, that's game. So we win the series 2-1 and advance to the quarterfinals, where we have Sabo waiting for us. And ahead of this game, whenever I play Sabo, he's playing Sirocco. So again, I just want to beat his ban his Sirocco list, because he's probably most comfortable with the list. And the other list, I don't have a clue what he's gonna bring. But yeah, we're just waiting for Lizard. He's getting coffee. The slow lizard. Alright. So he brings 4 red lists. The Sirocco list on the far left. I'm assuming this to be some mech list. No, wait. Yeah, I think this is the mech list. This is the angry list. And this is just rec combat list. Here he kind of gives away that it's rec combat, not something else. Because he didn't use the deck cover. Like, he could have used another Axe Grinder, would have been awesome. But he probably made some last minute changes and then the deck cover resets. So yeah, we just banned 1. I'm assuming he's banning the green list, because it's just very good against red in general. And then my game plan is to just play the beasts. And we should have maybe not against angry, but against no. What am I saying? This is not max, obviously. I thought this was some Mistral Guide stuff, because max don't run Axe Grinder, obviously. So he ends up banning red combat, which is interesting, but I kind of can understand it. If he plays angry and like the Mistral Guide list, which has also a lot of 6/4s, maybe he thinks, yeah, they're not as sturdy. Problem is, he's now countered against green. The matchup I'm most worried about is the red angry list, a red yellow angry list. Because they have a lot of attack and low defense stats, meaning that yeah, my guys don't trade well into them, and it's very possible that he just starts to overswarm me, and I think he should be favored in the red yellow angry list. But then if we lose, we can also play the beast list, which is also, I don't think it's awesome, but certainly a better chance of winning. So we have a very bad start. I decided to keep Dwardia because it's well, it's a turn 4, a bit earlier, and most of the time, like, I have a lot of, I think like 9 or so creatures that I can play turn 1 or turn 2, so it's likely that I'm gonna draw 1 if I draw a creature. So I keep Dwardia, kinda getting punished, and so I just know I have to survive until turn 5, and then we just pop a Ethereal Golem as defense, and then we should be fine. Here I'm really considering my lands, because like when I play Dwardia, she needs a forest next to her, and I kind of want to also prepare like where I'm gonna strike with her. And ideally I would want her in double collection, and if an opportunity arises, yeah, that she dashes down. So ideally I'd want double forest there, and the explore, probably explore here and double forest there. But yeah, there's also a case to keep the explore in case you need the reach for Dwardia. So in case I need to reach this herald, for example, I can explore forest and then attack Dwardia, attack the herald with Dwardia. So that's why I'm kind of slow, or that's why I don't want to play the explorer. And finally, at least we get to play a creature. Here we have 2 guidances in hand. I'm deciding relatively quickly not to use the guidance. Like, it's very possible that Dwardia dies to double flame burst, but then what is he gonna do against my Ethereal Golem? And that's why I don't think it's necessary to pre-buff. And it's also, I think, kind of important. I kind of had the math in my head. Yeah. With explore and thing. Yeah, okay. Quick pause. Explore 8 plus 3 Faria puts us to 11. These 2 are exactly 11. Problem is, if we play the guidance, we collect the 1s. We have 2 less Faria, so, but like 1 less Faria because we collect 1, so we're on 5 at the start of the turn. And then with the explore and the 3 Faria, we're only gonna add up to a 10, which would force us to explore and collect and limit our options. So that's why, that's also like a kind of a reason why I didn't want to do it. Yeah. So he ended up having the double flame burst. His problem is he played it really slow, like as mentioned by the main or by the casting duo of Moonfast and Lizard. They suggested Sabo should just rush. I mean, yeah, it's easy if you see the hand, but I don't think it's the right play against Beastmaster Green, for example. Then I think you're better off just playing for the board. And so, first of all, he doesn't know the list. And second of all, I think that's an important part. And he doesn't know that I'm gonna brick like that. So yeah, I think it's always like very easy to say, yeah man, easy win if you just do this and this. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you don't know the deck and if you don't know the cards, yeah, I don't know. And it was kind of unfortunate for him. Like he played it, or it felt really slow how he played. Maybe he should have played another double neutral somewhere to get the creatures a bit more aggressive. Because my game plan now, we have a double collector that's gonna collect forever. I don't care. I just want, with this deck, just from experience, I just need a double collection and then I'm happy. I don't need triple collection, just double suffices. And here I just try to slow him down. So I always want to keep a creature in between my orb and his well spot. And yeah, just not allow him to like swarm over, maybe take control of the other side and have a lot of avenues of attack. So that's why I always kill this one. I also sidestep if there's somehow like a possibility of axe or bomb slinger, brigand into something, I don't know. So he ends up having the removal. But yeah, I don't really have to do anything here. Just slow the game down. And yeah, I don't like him having a creature there. Just because, yeah, it gives him more places of attack. So I always want to clear this somehow. And here I don't like trading the 4-1 into the Therian Golem, just because, yeah, it gives him opportunities. As long as I have like a sturdy creature on board, like what is he gonna do? He's already used 2 Flame Bursts and a Cypher's Wrath, so I really want to keep my creature healthy. So I decide to taunt with the Wood Elemental, which is in theory kind of inefficient, because Wood Elemental, ideally you only want to play it at the start of the game and then, yeah, just no longer. But also the idea is also to save the 2 Faria. So if he has a slow turn, if he just trades and doesn't really do anything else, we get to play the tree. With this line, build a land and double collect and play the tree. That's kind of the reason, and if these 2 trade, I'm happy. He cannot bomb slinger. There's no way to bomb slinger this, so this is fairly safe. So Wait. So there was some debate of wait, just here. Was there a he was an 8. How does he possibly? Well, okay, he hits. Okay, there was a line, yeah. Trade, Bombslinger, Horsemaster, and all of a sudden he'd be left with 4 Farrier, maybe play another creature. Yeah, that would certainly be a good option. That would have been a cool line if he had it. But yeah, I think this plays is fine. I like it. And then, wait, what happened here? Oh, okay, he took the trade, which I'm super happy with. He's on 7, potentially 9. And yeah, this is a Baldurion and Axe Grinder. So very high static creatures. And yeah, it wasn't really the turn for the tree, even though like I top decked perfectly there. But I would not have, if I had played tree, that would have been such a tempo loss. I could not have afforded that. So I probably, without the Moby, I probably would have gone for the value trade on the Axe Grinder and Kodama in front of my face. He doesn't collect, yeah, he gets a hammer, maybe value trade the golem, or maybe kill off the golem, but yeah. Then he cannot play another creature. If he plays another creature, he cannot kill my 5/2 and I just get to trade it. So even without the Moby, we would have to allow the hammer, which isn't the end of the world, really. And yeah, this game now is just over. Just debating where to place my my Moby. Yeah, next turn we would be able to play. I don't think. Nah, we didn't have the Farrier for tree, so maybe just a slow turn, then the tree, and also hitting face with Moby. Yeah, there wasn't much going on anymore. And now he's playing the Angry List. Which I thought was a very important matchup to win, because I didn't feel great about the beasts beating the red-yellow angry list, and I don't like flyers into red-yellow angry. And I also don't like this matchup. So I was like, okay, I don't really have great matchups here, but I have to win. So might as well do it now. But it's for sure gonna be a difficult game. The main problem with it is, if you play like or win condition kind of, the Ethereum Golem for 1, he is 10 health. trades perfectly into these demon wings, which are just no commitment for Sabo. And also my Stalker has some targets, but like I mostly kind of a dead card. I will not get like maybe a cleanup or something, but nothing like awesome from it. So yeah, that's why I didn't feel great about it. And also I was afraid of just getting completely out collected. If I allow the triple collection, then I can no way win this game. So that's why I don't want to go like super defensive one side, because then it takes me like let's say 3 turns to only just get going to start contesting the board, and then he's set up like crazy already. So that's why my land placement, or I'm thinking about my land placement a lot this game, because I think it's really important how this game is gonna go. 3 demon wings already. Yeah, my Oak Father. Ideally I would want it to get to 11 health, so it at least outtrades like these two, which would be 5 lands. And yeah, it's just too late. I cannot wait this long, so I decide to play it a bit sooner. There's also consideration to like Spider the 5/2, which feels awful, or like trade Spider. But unfortunately we don't have the Feria to go Oak Father and Spider. Only if you go for the collection, but I don't want to go for the collection, because yeah, that slows our lands down. So I think this is a very difficult spot, but I'm happy how I solved it. Going for kind of a slow approach, and really slowing down. Like if we get the trade, I mean, I'm happy. I'm super happy, and that would slow him down a lot, and also it would kind of protect our Oak Father, because he wouldn't be the one to trade into the 5/2. So this kind of forces him an answer. Do you have Soul Drain? Do you have Wind Soldier? Not really. And it turns out he had the Thunder Eel, which I think is good for him, but it's one of the best targets. Like, what else are you gonna eel? So I think that works out nicely for him. And yeah, another very difficult turn. Do I sacrifice my Volpine? I kind of don't want to. Can I deny him collection? I think at this point we have to play the Oak Father. And now thinking back at it, I think I should collect with the Volpine, like explore, collect, play the Oak Father here. I think that's fine play, like Horse Master. If he wants to kill my Oak Father, well, he would use a movement trick and 2 of his creatures, so I'm fine with that. It's out of eel range. There's no good Wind Soldier because his lands are awkward. I think that's the best play. Explore, Forest here, and Oak Father in front of the Demon Wing. Going 2 sides. Why is... Yeah, I ended up misplaying. I was out of time, And yo, this is funny actually. First of all, this really hurt me that I never got the explorer, that forest at the well. That really hurt me, for one. And secondly, I almost roped because of the Vulpine ability. This almost cost me a rope. But it just kind of worked out. And this sucks. This sucks that this isn't at the well, but I was out of time. It's Explorer Forest. So you would have just gone for the Vulpine. I didn't like the for the collection and then the Bloom Sprite. I just didn't like to get value traded somehow, or like he could. That would allow him an aggressive land, speed up his play a lot, and yeah, basically. I don't want to give him this mountain ever, and I don't want to risk this getting value traded on this side. I think here, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not ideal in general, I guess. So yeah, I shouldn't have played this in general, I think, at this stage. I don't know. And yeah, here again we want to make it as awkward for our opponent as possible. Ideally, I would like to trade one of these guys and protect our dude with a Kodama or a Ethereum Golem. That's my line that I want. And now I'm just thinking of how I get it. Of how I can get it. This is a coping ghoul. Yeah, this is a good one. So I'm just thinking, how can I get it? How can I make it as awkward for my opponent as possible? And I cannot come up with an idea or with a good solution. I think this is kind of a good solution. If he wants to trade these two, we still have a 6-10. And slowly but surely, like, we get our double collection, which is great. He never double collected for some reason. Yeah, a big part of misplacing these two lands is if he had stepped down, I would not have been able to collect for free with my Bloom Sprite, because it would have been challenged by the Demon Wing. So stepping side kind of makes it a lot easier for us. And this would not have been an option because we'd already would already have been in collection. Yeah, and then we would just be able to step back. So yeah, he starts to expand on the left side, which is fine for us because we can just yeah, play defensive Ethereum Golem. Here again, what I'm thinking on the left, on the right side, I don't want to give him a free trade with the ghoul. If he wants to take a trade with the ghoul, or I don't want to trade something in and then he gets the cleanup trade with the ghoul. I don't want that. So that's why, again, I'm roping every turn because I think it's very difficult and you have to be very precise in this situation to not get swarmed up. No, he should have stepped down to contest our collection. That's what he should have done. He went side, so we get a collection for free. So, and then we have to trade now because he's gonna die anyway. We get the Shamanic Dance, which is insane. So again, now I'm thinking, okay, we get 4 more health. How can we make use of that? It's kind of awkward because if we use Shamanic Dance on the Kodama, he's on 11, so 11 and we trade some guy away. Like, there were options, maybe double collecting, Shamanic Dance. Yeah, I mean, it's complicated, but I think ultimately... Oh, look at the clock. And I'm lagging, what the heck? I lagged in the... no, that's... Yeah. It worked out, but it was close. I think here there was something better, I think. I don't know. There was also consideration to just +1 Oak Father and taunt here. Might have been an option. Lizard flaying me. So you wouldn't have forced the contest on the right side. Yeah, I mean, I think it was fine. The land up here on turn 3 was fine, but on turn 4 I should have collected. Yeah, Saturn. Yeah, the big problem is gonna be how are we gonna kill a 2018 Firebringer? So at this point, I was still kind of worried. And we had to get the tree, so I'm planning for tree next turn. Here, kind of small things. We go middle to take this trade. If he wants to kill our Ethereum Golem, he's forced to build a land. He cannot attack face because we have taunt. And again, I don't really care about the triple collection. I just want double collection, and then I'm happy. So this guy is kind of just here to stall the game. And yeah, he's also not triple collecting. He's only double collecting, so we're not getting out collected, so it's all good. And it's unlikely, but I'm thinking maybe there's a chance to kill the 5/3 with our Vulpine. We'll kind of keep our Ethereum Golem alive, but it's unlikely because it's likely that he just hits in. I don't know. He probably should just hit in, just because of this trade. He draws Cypher, which is kind of scary. I mean, not really, but kind of. This turn I'm making a big mistake. So it's very important that when you play Tree of Everlife, Tree of Everlife is a big tempo loss in terms of board. You have to make sure that you survive the following turn, because you're doing nothing one turn. So it's very important that I have enough area to play the next creature that gets buffed by the tree. So in short, I need to have at least 7 Faria next turn. So I play 3 and I need to have at least 7 Faria in case our Oak Father receives the buff. And we double collect, so that means 5 Faria. Meaning we have to end our turn with 2 Faria spare. Or, yeah, I guess 1. 1 is also fine. If we get the double collection. And yeah, I like the +1 just to make sure if there's somehow not a double collection, yeah, we kind of guarantee the 7th area. And here I'm making a big mistake. I should never have stepped up. This is such a big mistake, because now I'm in range of Gargana. And there's some case of Wind Soldier, Gargana trade, and all of a sudden we don't have a board. If we go +1, we're only on total of 6th area. And if you get unlucky and Oakfather gets hit, we don't have a play, or don't have an impactful play this turn, which would mean we have 2 bad turns in a row, which is bad. Which loses you the game, basically. So I'm expecting Firebringer to come down, just like something trade, Firebringer, and punish, and yeah, the game, and yeah, us having to claw back the game from there. And if he wants the aggressive Firebringer, he'd have to build a land. And I think it's not 20 attack just yet. It's probably around, I was assuming around 10 attack. Yeah, probably a bit more. Maybe 15. That was my guess. And so here was, oh no, here I realized, oh no, I messed up. And here, the prayer, please, please, if we get the Oakfather buff, it's bad. And we get the wood element, and I'm like, yes, let's go. But that was a big mistake. We should not have allowed that. So that was, yeah, a bit lucky. Could have been avoided. And so now we don't care about 5 damage because we're gonna heal 7 right away. And it's still kind of scary, the Firebringers, because they're tanky. Now we have kind of an answer with our tanky stuff. But if we just get the movement trick one shot, yeah, our tanky stuff doesn't really help, and treat it does also not help. Important thing to note, I don't really have to defend our tree because, yeah, this guy only has 6 attack. The eel only has 6 attack, and he cannot build a Wind Soldier line or land to kill our tree, so I don't have to taunt it. So he plays this game very defensive. He could have gone so much more aggressive. Like, he built a lot of lands, but I feel like if he had built a land last turn, then all of this stuff could be aggressive. I don't know, just maybe a bit more aggressive. No, he had to take the clear, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know, it just gave me a lot of time. And yeah, it doesn't make to attack, because we're gonna heal it back up anyway. And yeah, now we just get our defender back up. Again, small thing to consider, this could have been at the well. If we had a different land placement. Maybe a bit scary if Firebringer comes down on the other side. Like hit face doesn't matter, but Firebringer here to kind of protect the Firebringer. And yeah. This is kind of what I'm afraid of, but he hasn't played the Firebringer earlier, so he probably doesn't have it in hand, and if he has to draw, he cannot play this land. And also there's a fair chance that we draw or get the buff on the Wood Elemental. And by the way, there was actually, with his hand, he could have killed the tree here, which would have made this game very interesting again. By stepping over, building a forest, building a desert, Wind Soldier collects, hit, and Horsemaster kill the tree. And he had these combo pieces. I think he missed the line. It's kind of difficult to find. But yeah, and you have to get the exact sequencing. Now you don't have the Farrier for the Wind Soldier. So yeah, he denies collection. Again, we just make sure that we can play our hand. So I'm manning my turn on the right amount of Farrier that we can play. Our Oak Father. And at this point, like, we've stabilized, we got our double collection, we have a defender. Here I'm thinking, okay, we gotta start to win the game. Perfect with an aggressive Oak Father. Here something to consider, like, I obviously have to protect our tree. Something to consider, we're on 0 Farrier, we wanna reach 7 Farrier. Here we get 1 collection. With the +1 wheel, we get a second collection. But then it's difficult to get the... we get 2 collections. Likely puts us to 5 with the +1 wheel, 6. And we need a third collection, which is not as likely to get. So I'm assuming I will not be able to play the Oak Father next turn. And he finally drew his Firebringer. Bro. So he draws his treasure. And he gets a 9/1 cost spear, which is pretty good for him. Yeah, so my plan was, okay, no matter what now, I don't want to play the Oak Father anyway. I just want to taunt this with the Wood Elemental. And we end up lucking out. And yeah, we could play the Wood Elemental. He gave us an easy Firebringer. He even messed up the sequencing. He could have put this out of range, so that was kind of a big mistake. And yeah, we have a taunt. Also important now to deny the land, the aggressive land. First of all, to play around the second Firebringer, maybe the Wind Soldier clear, just make it a bit more difficult. And now we have a 2-turn clock, which he has to answer. So really the only way to come back is if he plays Firebringer this turn. If he doesn't, we just win. And he just like kind of sacrificed or feeded one or fed one. And so he would have to top deck another one. And otherwise, I don't think there's anything he could do. Like maybe stall, but we still have 2 stalkers, which could help out. Yeah, it's unlikely that he'd be able to defend. Like he would have to like put stuff on these 2 lands. There aren't that many neutral creatures. Like the Imperial Trooper, which costs a lot of fairy already, and then the yellow creature also, possible, but not that likely. Yeah. So he ends up drawing the second one and he's already 19, which is crucial that it's not 20. That's very big. That makes it a lot easier for us. So the only out that I'm seeing now is Cypher's Wrath and Movement Trick. We've seen Horse Masters. I'm not sure if he runs Oredrim Fanatic. But here I'm deciding. So the problem is, yeah, I can trade in. Then we give him the Cypher's Wrath target. Problem is, we already have a Cypher's Wrath target. So it doesn't really matter if we give him a second one. So that's why I don't use the Shamanic Dance. And here it's important, do I play it below? If I play it below, and he has Cypher's Wrath and Fanatic, he wins. Or I place it above, then he needs Cypher's Wrath and Horsemaster. So it's kind of a judgment. Or here, wait, if I played, yeah, it's kind of one of the two, and I thought I played it up just to play around the Horsemaster because it's not guaranteed that you run the Fanatic. So I play it up, and he kind of scares me with the Fanatic. He ends up having it, puts us to 1. But yeah, Eel would not have been enough, and yeah, we would have been on 1, and they don't run Cypher's Wrath most of the time. So yeah, that was the win, and that was the matchup that I was afraid of. And here, this matchup is some Mistral Guide shenanigans. Can't really explain what exactly it is. A lot of 6/4s, but yeah, that's. I think we can handle this. Just have to make sure we have a lot of like 3 attack units with the Vulpines, a lot of 2 attack units with the wood elementals. Yeah, we have to make sure that we don't get value traded too often. Play around his movement tricks, and then on turn 5, if we're not completely like swarmed, we should just stabilize. And this time we have a great start, very good. Even if we get value traded at some point, we can use the Deepwood Stalker to like clean up. Not ideal usage, but I mean, better than having to trade like Therian Golem or something into that. And here, oh, the nuts. Oh, with the Stalker. Oh, is that awesome? That just feels good. Denying double collection. Getting a use in this matchup, like it's not that likely that we have a good target for it. So getting an awesome target like that, yeah, it's just amazing. He has Mistral Guide, so what they want to do is play stuff like Axe Grinder, and because of the dash 2 it works, so he gets the buff. This is, I don't think he considered that this doesn't do anything, because yeah, he gets a nice double collection, but ultimately we just build a land and get the double collection anyway, so yeah, it's kind of a wasted Wind Soldier. Not really necessary. Here I'm like, yeah, do I play the second Vulpine or not? I mean, it could have some weird Horsemaster shenanigans. I don't know. Let's just play into Horsemaster range. Why not? Makes sense. Probably should not have done that. But on the other hand, this deck really relies on the Mistral Guide. So maybe it's fine, maybe not. like the way we lose this game is by getting out traded too much and just getting overwhelmed. And we need the Vulpines for, yeah, maybe, yeah, also like kind of cleaning up trades that didn't go our way. And yeah, just getting the flexibility. Maybe we draw guidance at some stage, and then these Vulpines become a lot more useful. So I really want to protect them as much as I can. Also something to note, and that's why I kind of, it doesn't really make sense, but whatever. I was fine playing this, even if we kind of get full cleared somehow. I mean, it's possible. Soul Drain, Horse Master, something like that. Not likely. Then never mind. It just doesn't make any sense what I'm saying. So yeah, this already looking good. We're already turn 5. We can play, like, it's important that we play 2 creatures. The Kodama kind of lines up nicely. Yeah, I really want to protect my Vulpines, just dashing them out of the way. So here I'm using the feed. I kind of had this line planned before, but on the main channel was mentioned to not play it and just keep the sturdy creatures. I completely agree with it. I kind of tunnel visioned here because I have 2. I'm probably never gonna need these many. I just want to cycle through my deck. But really, if we have the more tanky creatures we have down, the better. So, and we don't need the fairy also. Like, we would have been on 1 instead of 5. Yeah, there's no point playing the feat just yet. Yeah, by the way, we have very symmetrical lands, which is awesome. I like that. And this gives us a lot of options. I'm always thinking about wood elemental lines into killing that, value trading that emissary. That's a goal, but unfortunately now we would be able to do it with like double neutral into wood elemental and then killing the emissary, but unfortunately it wasn't an option. He built the mountain here, so we want to step up now, just to deny the axe grinder. Again, we want to protect our Vulpines, so they're just going to the other side of the board. Kind of funny how you can play with the Vulpines. Like, usually you want to make sure you have a collector on either side, but here everything on one side, we don't care about the other side, and we never miss a collection. That's super awesome. The Vulpine, I love this card, so much fun. By the way, this is the only reason why I even started playing the tree, the Vulpine, or the teleport mechanic. It's just so much fun. Adds so much to the deck. It helps so much. And yeah, I generally love the card. That's why I also played in Beast. Might not be the most efficient card, but just gives it, gives him mobility, and I like mobility. But yeah, this game is already looking very good. We stabilized with 10 Faria. With the Feed the Forest, we basically have infinite Faria. Yo, Fickle! Firestorm in this game? No, not really. Like, we're too tanky. And it doesn't line up with his lance particularly well. Maybe the... what's it called? The Rakoa Copter. I think he runs Rakoa Copter. But yeah, I mean, not really. Okay, that's nice. The plan here, playing these two. It's just kind of difficult where to play them. Do we want the collection? We have 15, so with the collection we have 15. So exact amount for guidance. I don't want to... Our Dwardia is only a 6/6, so we have to protect her for 1 turn, and if she survives 1 turn, she gets a value trade, which I like. Yeah, kind of difficult. And also I want to protect my Vulpines. So, like in last second I decided... But I never wanted to just trade 1 for 1. So I don't really want to Vulpine guidance into the 6/4. It just feels bad. So I'm looking for an alternative to not give away a value trade. Instead I end up roping, which sucks. Hurry please! And we crash. Luckily we get the buff out. That's the most important part, but yeah, we end up crashing. So what happened there, he just hit face and played a couple of more guys. And this is just, there are so many good lines. And by the way, I missed a great line. I saw it as soon as I played it. Go double neutral, here 1, here 1. Play the wood elemental, or not right away, but afterwards. Play the wood elemental and take the value trade with this Vulpine. The problem is it's very difficult with the space. You have to be very precise. So we want to take this, this trade. So double neutral. We go double neutral first. Take this trade. Move Dwardia over, take this trade. Then play the... Step this guy up. Take this trade. Play the wood elemental. Take this trade, get the additional collection. That would have been beautiful. Unfortunately I missed it. Because it's very difficult with the... yeah, we're really limited on space, and if you mess it up... Like, I was very worried that I mess it up. Like, there are so many ways to win, but there are a couple of ways to lose also. And just in a very stupid way. Where you just don't have space for Dwardia to teleport. So that's why I kind of messed it up. And now it just feels silly that I missed the line. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let's play the double neutral anyway. Bit unfortunate, but we could have also gotten an additional collection and killed the emissary. No, not the emissary, the Mistral Guide. But yeah, it doesn't matter, like, how are you ever gonna break through that? So yeah, I was very happy that I was able to play and showcase the green list. So he plays Rakoa Copter, super nice. Kills one creature, we can value trade again. And yeah, there's not really much you can do. Yo, Foxy! Yeah, I think a very important part of life in general is to just improve always yourself. And yeah, same in card games. In general, I think every game is winnable, every single one. And if you lose, you went wrong along the way. And then it's on you to figure out what went wrong. And that's usually the hard part. It's so easy to say, oh man, it was just RNG. That's the easiest thing. So yeah, I think it really helps to go back on games and to see where the game slipped, or at some point, or you wanna, even your prior turns. If you play a weak turn, which it feels reasonable to play, and then your following turn feels so difficult to play, then you probably went wrong at an earlier stage. And what makes like Faria or card games in general so interesting. I want to showcase something on that topic, 141. So yeah, that was the series. Want to showcase something really interesting. Just about small things. Speaking of... wait, I went too far. Yeah, here. My land placement here. Going explore forest. Cost me a lot of Faria. Or this way cost me a lot of Faria. If he had stepped up, I would not have been able to collect. That's one Faria. He didn't capitalize on it, but it's still one Faria, technically. Now, here I play my guy next to Orb and not at the well. He blocks me. He blocks me the following turn. I don't collect, that's 2 Faria. Here I went center, but I would also have been able to collect, so that's 3 Faria. Here again, I'm not at the orb, that's 4 Faria already. So just this one tiny decision, these two swapped. Just this small decision is worth 4 Faria. And that just gives me more outs. Remember when I got full cleared? At some point I got full cleared. Oh boy, would have been additional Faria. Or, yeah, that one Faria that I'm missing. Here, if I had one additional Faria, I would have been on 6. Plus 1, 7, and I would have been able to play the Oak Father in case 3 would have buffed it. That one single decision, that one collection that we would have missed from the Bloom Sprite, just because these two were swapped, would have made the difference, or would have compensated on another misplay that I made. Like, just these small things just really snowball. I think it's fascinating. And yeah, usually one turn, or like turn 5 feels difficult just because you messed up turn 2 or 3. So yeah, that was against Sabo. Ultimately, I think a bit of a draft win because, yeah, green was kind of ultimately kind of easy against triple red. Then semis against Ghost. Ghost plays that weird disciple list. I'm just not sold on it. I don't think it's any good. I don't know. So this is probably Angry. And this is Beasts. Yeah, I haven't played many Beast Mirrors in my life. Played a couple, not too many, but yeah. I kind of want to play the Beast Mirror just to yeah, get a feel for it. Yeah, I wanted to ban the yellow flyers list because he's been playing it a lot on ladder, taking away the comfort picks. That's why, and also I don't like playing it against the beasts. I don't like playing it against the tree, and the mirror is kind of, yeah, a bit of a coin toss if both play well. So I also don't really want to play this one. And yeah, with the disciple, I was fairly confident that I could just beat it with the beasts and yeah, wreck combat also. But with the beasts for sure, so yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I can start beasts. I think I can win the mirror because I just feel really confident with the beasts. And yeah, I'm gonna win this one. And the angry list, I don't like facing it. Yeah, I don't like facing it, but it's possible. And what did he start with? He started with his disciple list, alright. Hey PC user, by the way. Where's the fancy music? Yeah, I have it all the way turned down, but it is there. It annoyed me a bit earlier. Alright, it's Disciple, so we want to go fast. I'm considering keeping the Humbling Vision just to buy us a bit more space. Time. But then ultimately, no, not really. We have a lot of tools. We have Hunt Down, we have Humbling Visions. Yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, I just want to go fast. And if I brick, that's kind of the opposite of going fast. So here, before I mentioned how much it hurt me to go forest and then explore, how many collections I lost. With the beasts, I really like it. Just so the dude here, the Vulpine, is always collecting, and if he needs to step into the action, he has a forest next to it. I really like that. And there's also possibilities to go explore forest and then lake. Is also possible. I don't really have a preference on it. I'm just comfortable, or I played this way a lot, so might as well go again like this. So here there's a bit of a conundrum, let's say. We have Hunt Down, which if we calculate, we have to kill his disciple that he used a lot of cards in, and we just win the game. Octopus is a 7/3, Hunt Down puts us to 9, and with this, that's another 5 damage with the second Hunt Down. So calculate, we have 14 damage, Worst case, if we have to like throw the kitchen sink at this disciple, we have already 14 damage, which is way enough. But yeah, we're still 2 lands away. He's still a disciple away. Yeah, so do we go fast? Double neutral slows us down a bit. Or do we go slow and prepare for the hunt down? Ultimately, the deciding factor for me was, okay, I play the octopus 7-3, obviously. It's here. Next turn, I'd have to go my last land. I cannot play Mystic Beast because my octopus is gonna block it. It's just super awkward and it's really slow. So just go double neutral, hunt down a bit delayed, but it kind of makes our plays a lot easier. Here we can consider like going the Mystic Beast and the forests in front of face. Yeah, I like this a bit more. It gives us a bit more reach and also makes our following turn a bit less awkward. You always want to you don't want to grief yourself, you know? If you go forest here, yeah, great. You don't have a jumping creature there. That means you have to build your last land in front of face, but what are you gonna do with your Mystic Beast? Nothing. Alright. Consideration would have been 7-3 Octopus just for the pressure. I think is completely valid play. And just delay the Mystic Beast by 1 turn. Yeah, why not? So the disciple is down. It doesn't look scary at all. Like he's using a lot of cards already. He's down to 1 card. I think he had like triple failed experiment in hand, which is pretty sad. And yeah, he used his entire hand, and this disciple dies. So this game is over. Not much to say anymore. By the way, he should have stepped down. He should not allow us to land like this. If he stepped down, what am I gonna do? I don't have good lands. Yeah, I guess I can play the octopus, but I would have to step on my own land, meaning I cannot make use of my Faria. So it's really important to protect your lands. Don't give your opponent free lands to step on. Small things, but it adds up. I would not have been able to play the Grizzly. I would not have been able to... Yeah, I guess I would have been able to deal the 4 damage, but yeah. Now my Grizzly is also protected from the Mystic Beast. And with the hunt down, I'm already setting up lethal with these 2 in the back. So even if he gets past my Mystic Beast, he's still having to answer my lethal clock. So he has the Humbling Vision, Soul Drain, buys him another turn, which is awesome. So quick consideration, this is 7 damage, 11, 14, hunt down is 16, so we're 1 off lethal. Hit phase, build a land, step this guy here. Oh yeah, also another important consideration, if we have a forest at orb, Vulpine can always deal 3 damage, potentially a bit more with buffs. But it's just very difficult to play around then. He would always, like if he takes over, nah, it's never gonna happen in this situation, but yeah. Just like this type of land setup. And yeah, it's really awkward. We're stepping on one of his land because he didn't protect it. Now he has to build another one. It's just a bit awkward. If he plays the Disciple, he's land blocked again. He could like sacrifice one of his dudes, but then it's not a lake, and lake are the important ones. So kind of a big thing that he didn't block the land a couple of turns earlier. So that was game one. I think I protected the matchup well again. One up full clear and hit 7. Wait. So hit 7. Ah, you mean just killing that? Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter, right? I don't care about his collection really, because his problem is land space. And if we have him at 10, like another Humbling Vision or so, yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. He doesn't need the Faria, and yeah, I don't care. Go back. Alright, we go back. You mean in this situation? We push for 10. He's on... we push for 7, he's on 10. We kill this. We don't have to kill the 0-1 because he doesn't want to build a land anyway. And we would land block him, so... And I don't want to use my hunt down because that's my... Like the only way he kind of somehow wins is by growing another Disciple. So I want to have at least an answer if things go extremely poorly. And yeah, again, I don't care if he collects. It really doesn't matter, the collection. It doesn't matter whatsoever. Look at how much Faria used the first time. With his first line, he used every card. Yeah, he kind of bricked, okay. But he was still on 10 Faria, so Faria wasn't a problem. And yeah, I think he didn't play anymore, but his biggest problem was lands. He didn't have the lands. So that was like the... yeah, the important part. So staying on his land was important. Yeah. You teleport, no hunt down. Yeah, but then we would have to build another land. And it was... yeah, I wanted to draw. Yo, Zuna! What's up? Yeah, I went 2 for 2 last 2 Khalim openings. So I was really curious what he was gonna pick. I think the Beast Mirror is he that confident in the mirror? Okay, like best case he wins, great. But if he loses, it just threw away the Beast list for no reason. And the Beast could be really good against Rec Combat. And yeah, Rec Combat is also kind of good against his angry list. So that would surprise me a bit that he went for this. Yeah, if he wins, I'm just gonna go for flyers. He counters me with the angry list, and I counter him with the red list. Well, yeah, whatever. I mean, I think it's fine. And this is a very important part. I wasn't exactly sure how this matchup was gonna go, but I was sure, bro, Overgrown Tower is gonna be such a beast. Ha, get it? Sorry guys. Yeah, please don't turn off the stream, please. No, but I was sure Overgrown Tower was gonna carry me this game, and I saw it on stream when I watched it back. He also had Overgrown Tower in his mulligan, but he mulliganed it away. About initiative and taking value trades, yeah, of course, but you can only take value trades with the Overgrown Tower. Because most of the beasts have 5 health. They're like the 5/5s. Or the 4/5s. Don't have 6 attacks. With the Overgrown Tower, you just put them like the 4/5 stat lines. With the +1/+1, you just trade so well into it. So this time no double neutral. I really wanna have my lands ready, my hunt down ready for combat. Maybe go double neutral next turn. I'm not even sure. I don't think so. Yeah, we drew the sunken tower. Alright. Don't take that out of me. I just wanna promote the Overgrown Tower. It's just awesome. But yes, sunken tower also absolutely massive. And with these 2 towers, I felt so confident about this game. And especially he's running a bit of a different beast list. I was like, do I go jump? It's kind of good with the Overgrown Tower. But then I was like, yeah, if I have 4 health with the Overgrown Tower 5, that doesn't trade. So I was like, no, I need the 5 health. Yo guys, while you're waiting for him to play his turn, check on my YouTube channel. I try to post weekly. I'm not sure for how long, but yeah. And this is just beautiful. With the guidance, we can take a massive value trade. Just guidance, Overgrown Tower, puts us to an 8/8. And yeah, he has big problems. If he doesn't have... He has to... Like, value trading is so important in this matchup. And yeah, as soon as we take the one trade, he doesn't have a good answer. It's becoming very difficult for him. And also we have the big advantage of the sunken tower. We can always stay out of reach of him. And dictate all the trades. And that's really key. His way of coming back is also drawing sunken tower, for example. Maybe some hunt down, I don't know. Here was considering hunt downing again for the value trade, but then I was like, well, if he has humbling vision, it's all of a sudden not so great anymore. And this is just like, what do you do in this position? You cannot step in range, because then you're just gonna get value traded again. But if you don't come in range, you're just gonna get 2-turn killed. Yeah, here I could have, there was an option to just hit face for... Like I could have also gone, wait, if I use the tower, yeah, I could have built a, yeah, let's build a land, move the boar out of the way, hunt down the herald, hit for 15. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. And it's out of range. And... no, we no longer would have been able to play the Grizzly. Yeah, could have done that. 15 damage is a lot. But also, I'm like, what is he gonna do? I can also consider +1 hunt downing the boar. But then I was like, yeah, I'd rather stop his double collection and move him, or move us out of range. Yeah, fine, alright. Why not? Hunt down wasn't necessary. No, it wasn't. And again, he has the same problem. He's taking 15 damage if he doesn't step in range, and if he does step in range, we're taking value trades again. So yeah, it's kind of checkmate. If you hunt down, you can use octopus. Yeah, that's a good argument. If I go for the hunt down, I might as well use it on the octopus and just hit face. Would have set up a 2-turn lethal. I think that's a valid point. But yeah, we're so far ahead with the sunken tower and the overgrown tower. They really made the difference. Aggressive collection with Vulpine. Give me a second. Okay. No. Earlier. So yeah, here overgrown tower. Hit face. Hunt down the guy. It sets up a 2-turn clock, and collect aggressively. Yeah, like can move. No, we have to move this. No, wait, we have to move that. We move this. Hit for 10. Get the aggressive collection. We can build a land here and play the Grizzly back here. Yeah, that's... No, wait. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't quite work out. But yeah, we could have gone aggressive with the Vulpine. Why not? But yeah, there were so many ways. Like the deciding factor was the value. Place another forest. Yeah, we had to place a forest in that case. But we would have gotten the collection, the additional collection. So the forest is kind of for free, right? I went +1, but I could have played the forest, collected, and then yeah, it's kind of for free the +1 that I went for. I think that is better for sure. Alright, then it was game 3, where he played the angry list, and I thought it was angry. Wait, is it not angry? I can't remember now. Okay, this is spoiler. Alright, the double neutral line. I kinda like it. Gives you space for... Like, usually you wanna go double neutral at least once with this deck. So you build your 4 lands, go double neutral, and then you have space for your towers. Yeah. I'm not gonna comment on Ghost's play style, because I think Moon and Lizard covered that. So I'm focusing on my own plays. And this Grizzly is so hard to answer. It's just really difficult. What I want to do, I want to play around Detonate, so ideally I want to have my creatures on 3 health plus, and also I want to have my creatures above 4 health. That's kind of my guideline, and I try to take as many trades to play around these numbers, health numbers. So most of our creatures do have 5 health, which is kind of really good against Bombslinger. And yeah, he used the Cypher's Wrath, the Knight as a collection. And next turn is really, like, here I'm considering, okay, where should I put my last land? I don't really need it anywhere. We have everything. Where do I need it? And I'm like, well, if I put it aggressive, that removes a lot of Sunken Tower lands. Like if I put it here, Sunken Tower opportunities. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Here I'm thinking, alright, yeah, the Bombslinger, if I could get some sort of value trade out, that's awesome. And I think at some point I go wrong in this game, and so if possible, I want to take value trades. Ideal line, let's just think. Play Lake, trade, value trade, like Sunken Tower, value trade the Bombslinger, maybe take the value trade here, but then we are in turn getting value traded from the cap 10, and I don't want that. So tower again, him into collection, maybe feels a bit awkward. No, I don't like that. So if I dash the airbot closer to the Grizzly, then there's no space for the Fugu to go to trade the 4-1. And if I just guidance to take value trade, we're getting cleaned up with the airbot. So it was kind of weird turn. I also considered like stepping back with the Grizzly, put him in collection and just take the value trade like this. Use a second tower for the airbot, but then we also give him a collection. I don't know. It was really weird. And another line, I think I considered it for a second, you can see it here. Place my land here. Tower once for the collection. Jump here. move the airbot probably here. Probably here, trade and value trade. I think that was a fine line. If not, make C4, A, B, C, 4. Yeah, that was a... I considered it briefly. Okay, yeah, we get it. I'm not sure about it. So my consideration to put it here is, okay, at some point I draw another Fugu or something, and then I just start to out-collect him with the Quark collection, and we get relatively free Quark collection. That's why I'm considering putting it on the opposite side. And with the tower we can easily prepare this. So I end up going for this line. I think it's fine. We miss a collection down here, which is a bit sad. Yeah, I'm not... I think the C4 line here was better. Put the land here, have the Fugu there, we would get the double collection. And also... yeah, I think that would have been a bit better. But Grizzly on C4. Grizzly on C4. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah, great. Well, do I? Grizzly C4. Grizzly, so yeah, I like Grizzly C4. Yeah. Grizzly would be here and would take the trade. Puts him to 2 health and the Fugu would be on 1 health. We would keep the guidance. Kinda weak to airbot detonate, gotta say. So maybe we just pre-buff the Fugu. He played 2 airbot detonates, but it's really unnecessary to throw the game like that. Yeah, but I like that line. I think that was better. Now the problem is, all of a sudden, we don't have a sunken tower line. We drew all of our towers. And if this creature dies, and then we're not in a good spot. But if I buff it once, sure, it plays around Cypher's Wrath. If I buff it twice, it's out of Flameburst range, but it is in what's it called, Bombslinger range. Then I was considering, yeah, I can move. Yeah, it was a bit weird. Thank you, Zunam. Thank you. So, man, now this game is starting to get out of hands. We haven't double collected in a while, and we need double collection, kind of. He's not really collecting also, but I don't want to give him any value trades. If I just, yeah, it feels super bad. If I go Mystic Beast, he's again in train range. Yeah, the tower were super expensive. I didn't want to play all of them, but I didn't really have anything else to play. So sure, let's go Mystic Beast. And the problem is, if I go Brigand and keep him alive, like all of a sudden he has a lot of area, and this 1 health creature is getting traded fairly easily. Like Ground Shaker. isn't particularly good. So yeah, all of that it's a bit weird. We just didn't draw well, and we don't have an answer for this. We can never really kill this because we don't have enough creatures at the moment. Yeah, kind of works out that we draw the Fugu. That was nice, but it felt awkward. The hunt down was super expensive, but also we didn't have anything else to do. Yeah, I think I probably should have conserved the double collection a bit more. I just assumed, yeah, like a 2 health Grizzly isn't gonna do much. You don't want to play Sunken Tower in this this matchup. Yeah, I mean I have to play something, right? So now with the Mystic Beast follow-up, it feels kind of nice. Again, we stabilize. He can not really race because yeah, it's a bit slow. He hasn't been collecting in a while. And here a couple of small things. Again, I want to play around Detonate. I want to play around giving him easy trades. So I think this line is super fancy. I trade, plays around Bomb Slinger. I jump, this is very important. Gives him a weaker Detonate target. I used the Overgrown. By the way, I could have used the Overgrown Tower to deny him a collection. That was also fine, but I want to protect my tower. Yeah, but would have. And yeah, here now if he wants to, this is out of range, out of trade range of that. Like first of all, he has to kill 2 creatures somehow. How is he ever gonna kill 2 creatures? Yeah, have fun. So I really like this, and it makes it really awkward just jumping with a tanky creature on the land that he would want to step on. I really like it. Yeah, the collection deny is a typical lizard play, and we didn't really need the tower for anything. Like if this would be on 7 health, 7 attack, you could argue like you need the tower for the 1 damage. Then you shouldn't do it. But here it's like, yeah, you're 2 damage away because I didn't set up the 2-turn clock with the buff on this Mystic Beast, just to spread the threats a bit more. Draw for lethal. I think we did draw. Did we? No, we went +1. Yeah, why did we go +1? Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, yeah, that was the series versus Ghost. Yeah, could make use of our beasts. That was awesome. What were key points in this matchup? I think the drawing our towers in the beast mirror. I think this wasn't really a game 1, and game 3. I think we bricked for so many turns. We probably should have lost this one. And I should have emphasized a bit more on drawing, on securing double collection. Yeah. That's kind of it. So then it was the grand finals versus Zarok. You want to see the next card? Yeah, me too. I was looking for it. Alright, he brought double flyers. One is flyers, one is monstrosity. One is red, yellow, angry. One is red combat. I'm thinking, okay, he's most likely gonna start with one of the flyer lists. I could play the mirror and hope to win the mirror. And if we win this matchup, we would have our... I'm expecting red to be banned. We would have good matchups against red. That means we'd only have to beat this red, yellow, angry list, which I feel... we have a lot of kind of poor matchups, right? Red is banned. If we beat him in the mirror, that's awesome. But then how are we gonna deal with the red, yellow, angry list? I don't like the tree. I don't like the beasts into it. I don't like either of them into it. And I don't like flyers into it. So if I ban this and I lose one of the mirrors, then we have to play beasts or tree against the flyer list, which I don't like at all. So I felt a bit awkward. So I was hoping to ban the flyers list. And with flyers against monstrosity, maybe a 55 versus 45. If we win, I think beast should have a fine time. And it would still be crucial to win the matchup against the should be tough matchup versus the angry, but it is possible. I just don't like playing it. In theory, his lineup should be beating you on average. Yeah, I agree. I had I had to beat two of these three, or like I had to get rid of these three decks. And once I get rid of these three decks, I'm fine. Or I think I should win. I can ban one, but then I still have to beat two. Maybe I can, if I get lucky, I get the monstrosity flyer mirror. Which is, yeah, like 55, 45, something like that. And then if I win this, I only have one left. Which, yeah, I mean, could beat with the beasts, I don't know. I don't see beasts winning versus yellow or angry, yeah. It's a super tough matchup, but it's got some merits to it. It's got some merits, but it's tough. And yeah, that was what I was considering at this point. So there's also the consideration, yeah, I start with the green tree because green tree doesn't really do anything. But then I was like, yeah, I mean, it could be good against red in some cases. If I somehow we're going to game 5 and I have tree versus red, sure, why not? So I didn't want to throw away the green tree to force the mirror. But yeah, I mean, the game plan was looking like this. I have to win the mirror. And then I somehow, then I have 3 chances to beat the red, yellow, angry, somehow. And yeah, at some point I just have to do it. And then I would start with the flyers, obviously, if he counters it. No, wait. Yeah, I win, he probably would go red, then I would go green, he would go this. And then, yeah, I'd have to win with either green tree or with the beasts against this. Which, yeah, both aren't great. Yeah, I mean, this was kind of the game plan. And yeah, let's see how it pans out. I was fairly certain. Like, what are the other cases? If he could also open red, yellow, angry. I think that was a very good choice. This to me is kind of the sweeper. I don't have good matchups into it. He just bans red combat, just picks red, yellow, angry. And he has 3 good matchups. So yeah, here I'm predicting. I'm like tossing a coin which one to ban. Not really sure. Doesn't really matter really, just toss of a coin. And yeah, just ban 1. Taking my time a bit, so hurry up. He banned red combat as expected. I'm just going flyers. Hoping for him to also pick flyers, and then somehow, I mean, the mirror, always a bit luck based. But it's possible. And it's kind of terrible. If we lose this matchup, it's gonna be a very, very difficult climb back into the series, because then we have to win against the yellow with the bees. We have to. Then we have the tree and the bees left, which both suck against yellow and against red, yellow, angry. Both matchups suck. So yeah, I was really hoping, and I was super glad to see this start. That was this is a good start. It's a bit unfortunate for our curve, like not quite enough ferret to play 2 creatures. I always go emissary because Soul Rain just loses the game. Him not opening red, yellow, angry was a big mistake. Yeah, I agree. I think that was just this deck didn't really have any counters, solid opener, and it's very possible to just sweep the series with it. So that's a very good start. I'm feeling good. I also have the Flash Wind. At this stage, I still don't know what it is. I fairly certain it is Monstrosity at this point, because he didn't have a turn 2, and here we have the confirmation. And wow, perfect answer. Very good start for him. This is costly. I don't really want to play the Air Elemental because of Soul Drain. And this Deathwish Ghoul, oh, I'm really sad at this point. Let's look back at the mulligan. I was like, back. I was considering, do I keep Spirit Theft? But then I was like, yeah, it might not even be. It might not even be Monstrosity. And then what targets is there? Yeah, Deathwish Ghoul, and I couldn't think of anything else. And then, yeah, maybe draw Soul Drain, which is in general just better. So that's why I mulliganed it away. And in this position, I was so wishing for that Soul Drain. Thing is, if I draw here, I could draw for the Soul Drain. Would not be bad. But that delays our champion. We have second Manta Rider top deck, so I'm happy with that. Ghoul is a 2-off. Yeah, it's okay, it's not likely at all. And I wasn't even sure whether he would play Flyers or Monstrosity, so yeah. And yeah, I never want to take this trade. He had the movement, which is, it's not unlikely, but it still sucks. But if we could take this trade, it would still be fine. He also had the Soul Drain, which is terrible. Now I don't have an answer for his double collection. I cannot play the Air Elemental because if I play it here, he just double collects and kills a 4 cost of mine. And he ultimately paid 1 for his. And got a value trade also from it. So this is very tough. And also, like, we baited out the Soul Drain, or baited out, he used the Soul Drain, so now Air Elemental is a lot safer. But I can't really play it anywhere. I was just looking for Soul Drain. Soul Drain keeps us in the game. If we don't find it, my Manta Rider is under threat. Like if he has more movement tricks. Yeah, it's tough. I don't want to take the trade because then the Manta Rider or Baby Manta might be traded into the 4/4. It's really awkward, so I have to play the Air Elemental in front of face. Which something I don't want to do. It's not the end of the world because I'm considering, yeah, he's probably gonna collect. Then we just at least get the collection ourselves and take the trade with the champion line. But yeah, he had another movement trick, which is pretty decent for him. Using 3 cards for a Manta without getting you below a certain threshold wasn't the greatest long term. Yeah, like if we had Soul Drain for sure, but yeah, we didn't draw any Soul Drains at all. Soul Drain pretty good, but now we're getting starved. Not much we can do anymore. I don't even get the collection with the Air Elemental, which also sucks. I want to play a champion next turn 100%, so if he has another movement trick, kind of unlikely now, but then we cannot play champion and then the game is 100% over. Now there's like a bit of a chance. He goes face, I'm like, oh great, my champion survives. So I can take this trade on the emissary. He messes up here, which is good. Gives us a chance. But he has another creature and all of them trade into our champion. Yeah, I mean it's tough. So our only way back somehow is take a value trade, find the Soul Drain, and we can't even draw for it because we don't have the value trade line. And there's nothing else. If we trade this, we lost. The one line is trade this, find the Soul Drain or Spirit Theft at some point, and somehow stabilize with the champions and value trading. There's nothing else. Here we play the champion here because there's no safe space anyway. Might as well stop or deny a collection if he trades it. If he played it here, he could just collect and trade. But yeah, he's only on one card. It's not so likely for the Soul Drain. But still, like on board, he could just full clear and would still be ahead. By the way, this land is wrong. He should always be at the well. But yeah, details. Yeah, sure, Lizard, but he would never be in this position if he hadn't used his movement earlier, right? And he kinda knew after the first Fanatic that I didn't have the Soul Drain, so the second Soul Drain is fairly the second Fanatic is fairly safe. So yeah, there's nothing that we can do anymore. We can stall maybe, but still looking for my Soul Drain and Spirit Theft to deal with the Manta Rider. We cannot afford to take any trades, like even here. He has so many ways to set up lethal, even if he didn't draw his third Fanatic. Yeah, he high rolled early, we didn't draw the answers, and then yeah, this is very bad now. Now we have to win 2 unfavored matchups. Yeah, 2 unfavored matchups, and the red matchup should be fine then. So I think the Beast is a bit more comfortable to play with. At least we have some answers to Monstrosity, but it's still not a great matchup. But it's certainly possible. And the green tree, he just waits with his Monstrosity out of reach, and we can't do anything of against his 1-turn kill. We're just a sitting duck, or a sitting tree basically. Just a tree, yeah. Can't do anything. So that's why a bit of a better chance with the Beast, because there is Humbling Vision, there is Hunt Down especially. So we get a Sunken Tower. I was like, how useful is this gonna be? I'm not sure. Not sure how useful is it. So I preferred better lands over the possibility to play the Stalker on turn 2, which I wasn't gonna do anyway. He started Deathwish Ghoul. Good start for my Spider. There aren't too many targets. Yeah, might as well take it now, why not? There's obviously like the Baby Manta, there are a couple of answers, but it denies a collection. And yeah. Sure, why not? And we scouted a bit of his deck, and we haven't seen Choking Sand. Not that he had any chance to play it, or any target. Yeah, I think the Ghoul was risky. I agree with you. The earlier game, yeah. So I'm praying here. If he has Choking Sand, this game is over. This game is straight up over. And he's highlighting it. Oh, and I'm like, no. Are you serious? Please. Or maybe I was just reading the text of this card. That's also possible. I'm like, no, are you see why? Why? I need you. Problem is, first of all, the only way I really win this game is by value trading a couple of times with my sturdy creatures that he doesn't have an answer to. Also, this boar is enabled with this octopus, so losing this would really break my hand, lose me a collection, would be absolutely terrible. I'm so glad he didn't have it. It would just be, yeah, it would straight up be game over. So I'm, oh, thank God. But also if I go 5-5, I cannot win the game, so I have to go 3-7. So here I'm thinking about a game plan, how I want to play this game. And my idea is, alright, this board looks a bit sad, but really what he does is, he's most likely gonna have training, right? Otherwise, why would you play a defensive demon like that? So he has training. If he has training, that means yeah, we get a trade like that. I'm fine with this. So that's why I set this back. If he doesn't have training, I get the collection with the tower. And I really value having a defensive creature against monstrosity in general. So I want to out-collect him. If I manage to do that, then I can win on board. Otherwise I have to, yeah, improvise. So my plan was really out-collect him, always have a defender that's collecting for me to not get outmaneuvered completely. For as long as I don't have hunt down. As soon as I have hunt down, it's no longer as important to have a defensive creature. Because then I can, like, let's assume he just training, flash wins, hits me for 10 in a scenario. That sets up a 2-turn clock, I cannot stop it. If I have a defensive creatures, it kind of stops him from going for a 2-turn clock. By the way, he went for a trade. That line seemed bad. Yeah, I agree. It was really expensive for something that's not doing much. Like, he could have also, like, the one difference that is, he doesn't have a naked monstrosity on board. That's why I did it. But I was gonna take the trade anyway, and he used a flash win for it. So from that side of view, kind of doesn't make any sense. This turn is really awkward for me, because if I take the trade into the Manta, I'm just getting traded back with the baby Manta, and that is not how we're gonna win this game. So I go for the draw, so maybe we draw a buff for something, or spider, I don't know. I would not even be able to play spider, so never mind that. Yeah, again, defensive octopus, this time 5-5, because its only goal. Remember when I said, oh, if I play 5-5 we're gonna lose the game? Yeah, because this guy has a different purpose than him. His only purpose is to defend from monstrosity, which has 5 health. And his purpose is to value trade. And yeah, so far kind of out collecting him a bit, so it's kind of going according to plan. I moved him back, so he needs 2 movement trick. So now he needs training and 2 movement tricks instead of just 1. He already used 1 movement trick. Yeah, just slowing him down a bit, making it a bit easier for me to play around, because he needs at least 3 cards for the combo. Gives me a bit more options. He's really threatened by this octopus, which, yeah, I don't mind. I think in general here it was a bit awkward, my lands. I wanted to draw as much as possible, but my lands were really awkward, and he protected his land really well. So I wasn't really able to make progress like I wanted. In the end, he was a movement trick off for the OTK. Yeah, it was really close. It was so close. He was sitting on 2 fanatics, I think, but at some stage he didn't have the Farrier for it. I think one turn he didn't have the Farrier for it, but he had all the combo pieces, and he used a Flash Wind earlier, which kind of cost him. But yeah, I didn't want to build my lands, because I wanted to draw for Hunt Down. That's the one thing I want to do. Just draw for Hunt Down. And I can't afford to just waste building lands. I think that's exactly what I'm doing here, but maybe wait. Yeah, I think here I build another land, but from here on out I just want to draw as much as possible. But it's really awkward. And I think here I kind of misplay. So my first idea is, alright, I just buff and hit for 5. That kind of is 7 because of that demon. Oh yeah, he used another movement trick, important to note. That's 2 Flashlands down. So now for the combo he needs at least 3 Farrier plus 1 and the Fanatic. The training, I mean, sorry. So yeah, it was super weird, this one. I want to hit for 5, and then I was like, yeah, but I don't want to give him the collection. But yeah, I could have just moved. And then I was like, alright, I could hit this maybe. I could hit for face here. But then I was like, yeah, then he value trades me. It was really awkward. And then... yeah, and yeah. No, I think this line is fine. Okay, this line was fine, but the next one is not fine. Yeah, I really want to draw for the Hunt Down. We slowed him down a bit, but he's already on 9 attack again. If he has a second monstrosity, he can kind of heal him back. Now I also have the out of a spider. I used 1. So here I'm like, alright, just hit face. And then I'm like, man, it's really bad if he has Soul Drain. Maybe I don't like it as much. And then I pre-buff, which was, yeah, obviously just wrong. I had a different plan at some stage, and then I changed my mind last second. Here I was like, alright, hit face, and then no, it's really weak to Soul Drain. And then I don't have a follow-up aggressive creature. So I buffed it. Then, yeah, let's just play the Grizzly in front. It's just super awkward, my lands here. Here again, if I managed somehow to switch these 2 lands around, would have made my game so much easier. But I don't know if there was a way. I needed to double neutral to get the collector down. He collected so many times for me, so it had to be double neutral. Maybe if it's here, but then I think then it was in range of something. I don't know. I don't know, man. It was weird. I didn't find it. The unawkward. And he does such a good job now in denying my lands. If I hit in now, he just moves the Manta away and gets the value trade. I cannot afford that. I cannot afford to build a land to take good trades. because I want to draw. I'm on a clock now. He again has over 20 damage on board. I'm trying to make sure that he cannot kill off his demon. Soul Drain obviously always an answer. That's why I'm kind of regretting pre-buffing my dude, just because that gives him another out somehow to suicide his demon into my octopus, but it's not easy. It requires a lot of stuff. But here he has the option to win. I cannot stop it. If I use it now, so he could just soul drain his own guy, move, trade, puts him on 22 and then training Flashwind Fanatic. Yeah. But he used 2 movement tricks already. But yeah, preemptively Humbling Vision just buys me this turn, but then the same would be possible 1 turn after. So he kills some stuff. Yeah, I mispositioned. If Demon would have been where Manta was, he could have built a land and killed off his own demon. So yeah, I was very bad that I pre-buffed. But I was yeah, I couldn't decide on a good turn. And again, we didn't draw it. And problem is I can never block face. It doesn't make any difference because he needs 2 movement tricks anyway. Like 1 movement trick, duck duck, or here 1, suck suck, here. Yeah, I guess these 2, but I don't want to build a land, so. He was sitting on double Fanatic and training the entire game. Yeah, I think most of the game, yeah. So now, this dude is so annoying actually. I was looking, I was checking stream, like, to review my games. This was so awkward for him. It's obviously forcing his hand now. He cannot win the game. Even Wind Soldier training is not enough. That's only 7, puts him on 19. This is so annoying for him. He had another monstrosity, but he couldn't play that in a safe spot, or he couldn't move his monstrosity to play the second monstrosity in front of, or yeah, where the old monstrosity is now, unless he wastes a training, which buys me more time, which is awesome. We dodged this 3-0, yeah. And it was really close, it was really close. And I didn't have a lot of jumping creatures. I had one early, but he removed it with a Flash Wind. So here's the second monstrosity, but here it's not as scary now. Because he doesn't have the Farrier for... he used 1 training for 1. He doesn't have the Farrier for... Wind Soldier, a training Fanatic, Flash Wind. And now we're setting up lethal, and we blocked all of his lands. I don't think that makes a difference, blocking the lands, but still, yeah. But it was a sketchy game. I think I played around his 1 turn kill as much as I could. Yeah, forcing that second training, that was so big. Was absolutely big. That bought us so much time. And yeah, didn't have it. And this actually really annoyed me. Yeah, we draw the Stalker right as we win. So yeah, awesome, great. But yeah, that was sketchy, not... Like, it really sucks to play this way. Just praying that the opponent doesn't have the win. Not a great position to be in. That's why this matchup isn't great. But yeah, we managed to win one of the bad matchups, but he has another great matchup now. With the red, yellow, angry. And then I was really surprised that he picked his red list. I was on a quick comfort break at that point, so I didn't see which deck he picked. I didn't know. So I was away from computer at that stage, so I didn't know what he picked. But I was so sure it would just pick a red, yellow, angry, because the red list doesn't do anything anyway. So I don't know, in the mulligan that's a bit of a problem. I didn't know what I was facing. Kinda regretted that. Keeping the Stalker. Yeah, I was considering keeping the early Stalker. Yeah, could have considered that. And here he went turn 1 neutral, red, and then... Wait, is this red combat? I was a bit confused at that stage. But I wasn't sure. And here also, I don't know what he's playing. And I want to play my lands a bit different. And here I know, okay, that's red combat. It's a strange decision, but also like he doesn't really have a purpose for red combat in this matchup or in this series anymore. So might as well just throw it out. Maybe scout a couple more cards of my beast list. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. But it's certainly a good matchup for me. Here I'm like, I could just go 3-7 Octopus, 3-7 Grizzly with the Sunken Tower, take value trades, win the game. And then I'm like, I can always hunt down his aggressive Manta Rider, no, not Axe Grinder. So I went double neutral. Game plan is generally to have the Grizzly defensive and the Octopus offensive. Just why not the other way around? Mainly because of the one stat line. I'd rather have more stats near my orb. So this is very odd to me. This is really odd to me. He should have gone double neutral. This slows his game plan down a lot, especially since I go first and go double neutral. This is really slow and makes his lands now awkward. Like how should his rest... How should the rest of his lands be? Like he wanted to play Laya. Understandable, good against me. But maybe he should have delayed it just to have better lands, because now, well, if he has Axe Grinder in hand, they kind of block each other, and it's really slow. Like if double neutral Axe Grinder, that's a lot of pressure. And now if he wants to go double neutral, then sure, I don't care. If he goes mountain again and then double neutral, like what does the Axe Grinder do here? I don't care. That's... yeah. This this buys me a lot of time and makes his game awkward. Like we've mentioned, like you try to build your lands and play your early turns to simplify your game plan, like ease of execution. It's so much easier to play if you go double neutral. And I think these are key decisions. Makes your following turns easier to play, which means you've less chance to mess up. So he went mountain again. Wait, so you want... So here Laia, a bit of a problem. I cannot get value traded by her. So I'm thinking, okay. I just trade my boar into Laia, sure. And then I'm considering, okay, let's not do that. Let's not become complacent. Like this is usually what I tend to do. We're a lot of games in now. Fatigue is kicking in. On this day, I played the seasonal qualifier of Runeterra for a couple of hours. Then 3 hours of Feria already. So I'm starting to get complacent. How does this look like? We have tower in hand. We want to value trade. This is how the deck plays. The dumbest way to lose the game is by pudding. I'm thinking of like the food. The pudding. Oh, man, I'm getting distracted. Yeah. Boar in range, he plays Emperor's Command. Whoops. All of a sudden we're getting value traded and we have to trade a second one in. Yeah. No. And that's why my first instinct said, let's do this. This stupid line. And this is just due to fatigue. Like if this would be my first game, I wouldn't do this. But now I'm starting to get a bit tired. We're just not playing around stuff anymore, just hoping for the best. This is how you win even favorable matchups. And then I stop myself and reconsider. Here I'm thinking about, okay, hunt down, Horsemaster for him. My plan is to hunt down the boss as soon as he gets close to phase. And yeah. Wait, no! Oh, okay. For a second there's no way I did that. But yeah, I wanted to put this in range. And just stay in range. But yeah, I move Laia out of reach. Sure. Here I'm like, okay, do I buff the Grizzly just in case of Horsemaster? But then I'm like, yeah, how does he clear this 4-5? No way, right? Let's not. So yeah. He's building more lands, but that's kind of expected. With the Sunken Tower, it's really difficult not to build a ton of lands. It's really disruptive. And then I'm like, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh no. What did I do? Oh god, did we just throw this game? This is not good. We cannot afford value trades. But I think I found a beautiful line. Absolutely beautiful. If you want to pause, you can look for it. But I think this is beautiful. So first off, we either he just used his Horse Master, right? So we can just consider using the tower to step him back, buys us time, and kind of force him to build another land. But then I'm like, nah, just push 6 damage. That was the plan. So I'm pushing 6 damage. Plan is to trade the Vulpine. Set up an aggressive. The problem was, yeah, the boar was gonna be taunted. That was a problem. How do we deal with the statue? And what is our 3-cost guy gonna do this turn? So I love this line. It's so beautiful. What it does, we push a lot of damage. Well, yeah, he heals for 1, but we set up the collection with the nice trade. Can consider another 7 damage. He cannot. He kind of cock blocked himself with this statue. Ah, you wanted. Okay. Yeah, your line was step back, trade, buff the octopus for the tower. Yeah. I can see that. I know, Lizard, you don't like your you don't like your hunt downs. I know. I just like to push a lot of damage. It's very difficult for him to deal with this now. By the way, here I missed 1 damage. That was my bad. This is actually important that I missed 1 damage. This is important. If I had pushed 1 additional damage, he would be on 8, and then the last tower proc would put this guy on 8 attack. He would be on 8 health. Give me an additional out. Yeah. I missed that one. I just, yeah, playing a bit too fast. But yeah, that was clearly a misplay. Yo, Terriers! So with the tower, and also another like nuance, small thing. I realized that as soon as I played it. I should have left 1 charge on this sunk tower and just used the fresh one for my sunken tower line. Just so that would give me 2 sunken tower charges. So no, keep this one alive. I guess, yeah, yeah, maybe not. A blocker from an attack path. Yeah, I mean, Lizard, one day we have to like start a debate and talk about it, how to use Hunt Down properly. Because I really like it in a situation like that. Like, I could have delayed it 1 turn, sure, but sooner rather than later. It was, from the very start, it was my plan to do this. The Hunt Down line. I delayed it for as long as I could. I mean, I could have delayed it a bit more, but yeah, the plan was always gonna raise him and go for the Hunt Down line. And so we won against the matchup that we want to win anyway. We had 2 good decks against it, but now was the important matchup, really unfavored. YouTube video, yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know how important. Like, it's one card that no one really plays. Don't know how. Like, the 5 viewers that are usually gonna watch, and maybe one of them, being me, actually plays Huntdown. So I don't think it's yeah. There's no real audience for it, I don't think. Here, do I go same side or opposite side? I decide to go same side just because the angry list suffers from, they don't want to build too many lands. And if I go opposite side, he just has a double collector forever, and then he could possibly just race me. If he wants to race me on the other side now, his lands are gonna be super awkward, so he kind of cannot do that anymore. And I like this, especially into a 3-8, it's kind of hard to deal with. How about the beast deck? Yeah, I was planning to do that. I want to start with all the 4 colors, like the base colors. Had 1 week, 1 video on it. Next week is flyers. You can see this on my YouTube channel. Yeah, and then I'm going into the colored decks. So here we're playing fairly slow. He should not have stepped back, but yeah, no, I guess fine. Playing around Sunken Tower. This is okay. He's playing this really slow, and I'm kinda happy with that. Especially having 2 5+ health creatures. Like, no, 2, yeah. Was really good. Asks a lot of questions. By the way, there was maybe the question, why not put the spider ahead to offer a trade into the demon? I could have done that a bit earlier. I did that a couple of games ago, and this time I'm not doing it. The only reason is he has Campfire. Why is he going aggressive? Yeah, like you flamed him enough on the cast. I think I'm rather focused on my plays. But yeah, we're taking a good trade if we trade these 2. I'm super happy with that. We have a follow-up. I'm not playing the Fugu just because of movement trick and taking it. I don't want to trade the 5/5 into my Fugu, so that's why I'm waiting, not playing the Fugu, even though it would have given me a bit more reach. Ah, that was just Moon. Okay, yeah, true. Yeah, but land placement is such a crucial thing in this game. It's so important how you build your lands. And I want to point out, not this turn, but the turn after that. Look at, like, okay, I have all the lands I need. Okay, I start drawing, not unnecessary lands. Yo, I don't want to sound like I'm a god or something, or like flatter myself too much, but I want to showcase something about lands and how to be efficient with them and giving every land kind of a purpose. By the way, I just said, hey, why play the Fugu? Or I just said I don't want to play the Fugu because of Horsemaster. Slight difference is he had Flyer there. If he wants to take the trade now, he has to waste double neutral. He's not collecting and he's not advancing here. So I'm fine with him wasting this or forcing this trade. I'd be completely fine with that. So a bit of a difference. Oh my god. Yeah, this is so bad. I am a god. Yeah, this is... I should not have said that. This is... makes me sound like I'm like this super not down to earth guy that thinks a bit too much of himself. Yeah, should not have said that. So he goes double neutral again, he misses a collection. Now look at the lands. Alright, at some point you have to build some lands, right? So we're building double neutral. And by the way, this is a misplay. This Fugu should be on this land, just saying. But double neutral. And then on the following turn, we're stepping on them right away. We're making use of them right away. With this, oh my god, I'm just flaming for no reason. All right, let's just not. But yeah, just try to make use of your lands. Find the purpose for them. And if you don't find one, don't build them. Just rather draw. Ah yes, Saturn. I turned off the sound effects because it was lagging my computer and no one was using them anyway. Yeah, more neutrals. And also just saying, we went opposite side, or we went same side at the start, which had a big difference. Kind of forced him to go opposite side, right? If he wants to race, or he wants to contest us. Like, either we forced him, hey, fight me, but you cannot with my tanky creatures, or go opposite side, and it's a bit awkward. Just making it difficult turn one. And I think this is... Yeah, I don't even know what I want to say with that. But it's really impactful, like these early turns, like turn 1, 2, 3, how you build your lands, how you... Yeah, literally that. Really decides the remainder of the game. So it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And by the way, this is a mistake. Like if these two would have been swapped, I would have a free land to jump on. Give me a bit more reach. Also contest this guy. And yeah, here we're just going for the race. He has to build another land if he wants to race. We also have to. I build a forest because we have a Vulpine in hand in case we need the damage. Yeah, and by the way, this is a misplay. If I had played this properly, if these two were swapped, I would not have been able to, or I would not have needed to build a land. Or at least forced him to block this square to not allow, or to force me to build a land. So swapping these two around forced me to build a land. So this is bad, not good. Here setting up a 2-turn clock with the Vulpine as backup. He only has 9 damage, so it's not even a 2-turn clock. Yo, thanks Lizard. Yeah, I think wow, man, these beasts are so insane. So I played over the last 2 tournaments, I won 20 games and I lost 3 games. And from those 20 games, 12 of those were with the beast list. And I haven't lost a single one with them. So I'm in the last 2 tournaments I'm 12-0 with this list. That's insane, man. That's crazy. Four sweeps. 4 best of 5 sweeps with this deck. I'm so surprised that not more people are playing it.